Mike, Rob, thank you very much. Heartbreak for Turkey then. What a story, though, for Paraguay. These are the standings. Paraguay's win. The Americans have now clinched first place in Group D, and it means Turkey are eliminated. And we know for sure now, following Balogun and the Americans will host a round of 32 match on July 1st at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. Their opponent still to be decided. It is heartbreaking scenes for Turkey. Who would have imagined that they would have gone out in their second group game, Thiago, but they just haven't performed the way that we all thought they were going to.
For sure. Watching all the games they played, we thought that they would fight this first position with the USA. But yeah, football is the way it is. It's football. And Paraguay deserved as well. They played pretty hard, they defended well, and when they got the chance, they just converted. So well done for Paraguay. They have the chance to clinch in the second position. So yeah, that's football.
Yeah, I mean, it does not surprise me, what happened today with Turkey. Because this is a team that, unlike, previous team from Turkey, they rely on individual talent. And before they rely on collective grit. But for Paraguay, all of the criticism that they got in the opening game, today I'm sure every Paraguayan is going to be absolutely represented and delighted to the way these guys played. It was phenomenal. It was a goal in the second minute, but for 90-plus minutes, they have to defend with their hearts, and that's what typified the Paraguayan football.
And how well did they manage the game as well, going down to 10 players and playing all of that second half with a player less?
Well, they didn't change, I think, the idea of the game. They want to defend, they want to do the transitions, just counterattacks, and they had chances to go further in the counterattacks, but they know that they were one man less, so that's why they try to do things for sure with the player, talented player, with Enciso, with other players involved, but then they know that they need legs to defend.
Thiago, but also Turkey made, things easier for them.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They was always playing on front, they weren't running behind. They were trying to shot from distance all the time. They were hitting the wall constantly, and it never happened.
No, that's
all
true.
right. Well, very exciting for Paraguay. What a win for them. And it was a very exciting day as well for Americans from... Yes, what a day it was for USA today. Welcome back inside our Los Angeles studios. I'm Pim Munstein, joined by Thiago Alcantara and Juan Pablo Angel. Well, USA have won the group. Let's have a look at how they've done it, because Paraguay with an extremely early goal, and that was very good news for USA fans.
I'm sure there's a lot of people happy at Team USA camp. Yeah, but you need sometimes a little bit of luck, and it couldn't have stopped better for Paraguay. They got out of a clearance and rebound, and then Matias Galarza, what a goal, what a strike, no chance for the goalkeeper, and that was basically it for Paraguay. And then defend this goal with their lives, Thiago.
USA camp was always celebrating. It was also celebrating not the goal, but also this crossbar.
Yeah, of course.
Because they were cheering for Paraguay. Yeah, exactly. You were cheering not just for goals, but for saves as well. And I think that was very important for Paraguay. Then we had this big discussion of the game, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as we talked about it, you might agree or disagree, but the rules were given to every player prior to the tournament. And an experienced player like Almiron, should know better than this.
So this is one of many of the Turkish goal situation, but then the goalkeeper was amazing today as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, obviously, Turkey maintained the majority of the possession, have, X amount of chances, but at the end of the day, they lack that bit of, punch, that lack a bit of quality in the final third to get back into this game, and now they're off the competition.
Yeah, they pushed it all the way to the end, didn't they? But look at that heartbreaking scenes for Turkey, who are out of the competition. And absolute joy for Paraguay, who pick up their first 3 points of the tournament so far. All right, then, earlier on today in Seattle, the Americans faced Australia. And what a day it was again for USA. They are on a roll at the moment.
Yeah, we're talking about reality right now. America has a team, so let's go for it. It was a great game from USA, showing that it was not a coincidence the first game. They're doing great things here.
Yeah, it was on goal, but, it was forced by the way US, was playing, They face a completely different opponent today, more compact in a low block, and they still managed to unlock the defense, and find a very, very good collective win, emphatic result for Team USA. And this is just spectacular.
First goal for a youngster there in a World Cup. Imagine that situation. He doesn't know how to celebrate a goal, so it's incredible.
They had to wait a little bit, didn't they, after this check? But it means you can celebrate twice, which is just lovely.
Yeah. And they celebrate it now as well, so it's amazing.
Look at that. And look at this. This typifies what's going on with the US team right now. That celebration. And yes, there's moments in the game that you're gonna have your back against the wall, and you need a bit of luck. But US fought through and didn't get punished and ended up winning the game, in a very emphatic manner.
Yeah, Australia, they had their chances, but USA knew how to suffer as well.
Yes,
that's very important.
And in games, sometimes, Thiago, that regardless of the game that you're playing, you know that the opponent is going to have their chances, and you need to, fight through them, and hopefully don't get punished by it. And that's exactly what the US team did today.
Yeah, massive celebrations then for the United States, who beat Australia by 2-0, and they have now officially won the group, which means there is plenty to cheer about today for the Americans. As I said, they've clinched the top spot in Group D. Australia and Paraguay are now even. Turkey is eliminated. And the Americans will host a round of 32 match on July 1st at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. We can hear now what USA manager Mauricio Pochettino had to say after his team's victory over Australia.
When the draw happened in December, I thought it was really difficult. It was a really, really tough game. I seen the several the great players were amazing.
They're chanting your name, Mauricio Pochettino. What does it mean to you to feel that support from this U.S. fan base?
Amazing. I was saying yesterday, Argentina have amazing fans, but I think we are matching Argentina. It's amazing.
Well, what a feeling that must be for Mauricio Pochettino and, of course, the US players, knowing that they have now won the group. They can go into this final group stage game, do you think, Juan, with a little bit more freedom?
Yeah, 100%. He can rotate the team if he wants to. He can give minutes to other players that might not have that many minutes throughout the tournament. And he's been talking about the team. But there's something about this US team about the aura. And I've been talking about it right from the beginning. I remember in the opening game, while they were doing the warm-up, you could tell that there was, the body language, the demeanor of the player, the fans on the stands. There's something about this team that is getting everybody connected. They got the fans right away jumping into Team USA bandwagon, and there's more people jumping into it. And in this competition, Thiago, you have to build momentum through it. And Team USA is certainly doing that in a very, very good manner.
Yeah, I think this coach help the team to understand the game, to play as a team, but giving them the freedom to decide in the final play, how is in the final third. So the mindset changed, and I think the team just, with this mix of experience and young players, they're doing great things, and they just get, like, every game more involved with the fans, the energy. Pochettino is a Latin guy, he just feels the energy and brings to the team. So, and as you mentioned, next game will be important to make all the players play the game.
Yeah, they're talking about, going one game at a time, but the expectation is growing, and, the fans are growing with it, and everybody's jumping into this, way the team is playing, but also that desire from Pochettino that dare to dream, dare to believe type of attitude, I think is resonated very well in the players, and then everybody's jumping in it. Look at this. This is just fantastic.
He loves a hug, doesn't he?
And sometimes, what I mean, English is not his first language, and I know the way he comes from. We want everybody to believe on it, to have the team first and foremost above everybody, and that will help the individual talent to rise up to the occasion.
They have a leader.
Yes, big time.
You can feel the good vibes, can't you, with this US team? So a very, very good day for them. Also today, Brazil took on Haiti in Philadelphia. It was